Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. Thank you for joining me today. So today is film review day. I recently went to watch Strays with my mother. Maybe it wasn't the right film for us to go and watch together. I mean, she's 73 and I honestly didn't know what kind of film it was. I knew it was obviously a dog film, like it was, you know, based on dogs that can talk. I knew the cast that was in it, Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx and Isla Fisher. I hadn't really heard of the other guy that was in it, but I didn't realise the extent of the profanity that would be in it. Anyway, let me tell you my thoughts. Strays is a fun-loving, very R-rated movie, which had I known that, maybe I wouldn't have gone to watch it with my 73-year-old mother, but she absolutely loved it. What she's saying is when that comes out on DVD, because yes, she doesn't stream, she's of the kind that still watches DVDs, and she's of the kind that she doesn't have the internet. She's saying to me that when it comes out on DVD, she's going to buy it. I felt like there was swearing and sexual innuendo in this movie from start to finish. It was very funny. So how the story starts is it shows Reggie, Will Ferrell, with his owner, Doug, who is a horrible person and doesn't want him and treats him very badly. He tries to get rid of poor Reggie at every opportunity by playing a game of what is called fetch and what that involved is Doug would put Reggie in the truck and drive him far, far away, throw the tennis ball and drive off home without Reggie. And then Reggie would take his tennis ball and find his way home to Doug, and Doug would say, fuck. Hence, that's why the game is called Fetch and fuck. So that, I'm not saying it because, I mean, I don't know if I will get demonetised if I say the swear word. I mean, I'm sure I won't, but I don't want to say it. So that happened a few times, and then Doug said enough is enough and took poor Reggie even further so he wouldn't be able to find his way home. That's when he meets Bug, who's played by Jamie Foxx, who encourages him to take a walk on the stray side. Reggie tells him he has an owner who loves him and he has to get back to Doug. Bug says, come with me, and if you don't like what you see and you don't like being a stray, you can go back to your owner. Then they meet up with Maggie, who's played by Isla Fisher. She was the voice of an Australian shepherd, and Reggie was also introduced to a Great Dane named Hunter, Randall Park. Have you guys heard of Randall Park before? I mean, I've not looked at what else it's been in, but if you know, leave it in the comments. I love movies, but I'm more a kind of series girl, but I've been trying to get out to the movies once a month with my mum. In fact, we've been twice this month because we went to watch Barbie, which I've also done a review. I'll leave that in the iCard, and also this Strays film. Oh, they built a lovely friendship, and Reggie realised that Doug was in fact treating him very poorly and that he needs to go back and bite his penis off because that's the only thing he cares about. All four dogs say they are up for the challenge and set off for Doug's house. Before they get there though, they have a few adventures like eating magic mushrooms and hallucinating, which was quite funny watching. They also drunk beer as well. Just really funny. Whilst on their travels, they passed the Ferris wheel that Reggie saw when the evil Doug dropped him off in the middle of nowhere and fireworks started going off. Of course, the dogs got scared. Bug, Maggie and Hunter managed to get over the fence, but poor Reggie, because he's so small, couldn't get over the fence. So he tried digging to get underneath, and Bug was digging on the other side and pulling him out by his bandana. So as far as Reggie was concerned, Bug saved his life. Eventually, Reggie was free and so appreciative of Bug saving him and said, you saved my life, I have an idea. It might not be a good one, but should we pee on one another so that we're bonded? So that's what they all did. Then, this big massive bird, I don't know what type of bird it is. If you're a bird lover, maybe you can put it in the comments, but it was massive. It was like a crow. Really massive. Came flying from nowhere. I jumped out of my seat. I mean, it's not a scary movie or anything. It's like a 15 in the UK and it'll be a rated R in the US, I imagine. But this bird came flying out of nowhere and then picked Bug up, and then Reggie grabbed hold of the bird's feet and started biting them, and you know, trying to get them both free from the bird's grips. That, the way I'm explaining it doesn't sound funny, but that bit was probably one of the funniest parts of the movie. So just put the bird grabbed Bug and Reggie saved him by biting the crow's feet. Now that bit scared me as it came out of nowhere, and it looked so real too. Then Dennis Quaid appeared out of nowhere, which was quite funny as I didn't even know he was in the movie. It was just a 5-second kind of blink and you miss him, and he played himself. Reggie was having second thoughts at this point about doing what he set out to do, which was biting his owner's penis off, because he was missing Doug, and Reggie and Bug went their own separate ways, and then Bug changed his mind and went after Reggie with Maggie and Hunter. Once Doug had realised that Reggie had made it back to the house, he wasn't happy at all and was about to become very mean to poor Reggie, and Hunter, the Great Dane, knocked the door down and went rushing towards Doug, who had a baseball bat. They wrestled and Doug fell to the floor. One dog had one leg and another had another, and Reggie bit Doug's penis off, and the house burned down in flames as well. This was one unlucky day for Doug. The moral of the story is, if you have a pet, don't mistreat it, because you never know what it's going to do. In a nutshell, that's the story. I do think this film is worth watching. It's very, very funny. Maybe don't take your 73-year-old mother though. I mean, if she's got a good personality like my mother does, I think she'd enjoy it. I mean, she just thought it was a funny movie. And we'd gone to watch Barbie a couple of weeks prior, not when it first came out, but a couple of weeks prior to it. And I didn't really like that one as much. In a sense, Strays reminded me of the Barbie movie, because at the beginning of Strays it said, this is going to be the best day ever, and then at the end it said the same thing, this is going to be the best day ever. Reggie also had an opportunity to go with a new owner, but he decided not to. He loved being a stray so much, he decided he wanted to be a stray, and he wanted to teach other strays how it worked on the stray. But Buggy actually met this little girl and they took him in, so that was really, really nice. And so yeah, it's just a real feel-good movie, but it's not one of those kind of movies that you take your 5-year-old to, because there's so much swearing and so much sex in it. Will Ferrell actually said to his son, do you think I should do this movie? It's about 4 dogs, and the main dog is being treated really, really badly, and what he does is he goes home and he bites his penis off, and his son said, Dad, I definitely think you should do that. We've got Will Ferrell's son to thank for the fact that that film was even made, I think. But yeah, I mean, like I said, you know, when it was saying this is the best day ever, it reminded me of Barbie, because that's in Barbie as well. Also, Will Ferrell's in Barbie, so, you know, it's kind of like, was that taken out of Barbie, or is it just a huge coincidence? It's probably just a huge coincidence. But yeah, I mean, if you're thinking about going to watch it and haven't yet, I'm hoping that you've not watched it and I haven't spoiled the entire movie for you, because I've pretty much summed up the movie. I mean, still go and watch it, you know, and make your own opinions up and let me know what you think of it. And if you've seen it, let me know what you think of it. And if you've seen both movies, Barbie and Strays, which movie do you think's the better one? Absolutely loved seeing the behind the scenes footage. I saw the behind the scenes footage of the dogs, how they train the dogs to walk like really nice side by side, and you know how they got them to look at each other. I don't know how they've done the talking bit, because it didn't show that, but I guess it's kind of CGI or something like that. I'm not very good on things like that, so I wouldn't know how they would do something like that. I can only imagine it's CGI, that it's been done through the computer, but it's very, very clever, and those dogs are so beautiful. I'm going to insert some pictures into the video so you can see them. The main dog, Reggie, is played by a girl, Sophie, so that's just an interesting fact for you. I don't know about the other 3 dogs, I've not heard anything about those, but they're just absolutely beautiful dogs, and it looked like they was such a pleasure to work with, you know, because they was just so obedient. I guess they've been trained to be that way. I mean, they weren't barking at one another or anything like that, like you would expect, and they weren't running away. It was just a really, really great movie. I think what I'm going to do, in the description, I'm going to put a link to the behind the scenes footage of it so you can watch it if you want to. Anyway, let's leave this here, guys. I don't want to make it too long. Hope I've not spoilt it too much for you if you do want to go and see it. Please like if you like this kind of content. It means the absolute world to me and gets my channel out there. Share and comment, and if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Bye for now, guys.